Once a prosperous, thriving home to an advanced civilization, over thousands of years, the title-locked moon of Kenshi devolved into a bleak, post-apocalyptic wasteland where the remnants of second-rate empires battled for increasingly scarce resources, while the rest of the continent fell to dangerous wildlife, rebel armies, bandits, slavers, cannibals, and more. In order to survive this harsh, unforgiving environment, the intelligent species of the continent, which primarily included Scorchlander humans, Greenlander humans, Shek, Hivers, and skeleton robots, could join or start gangs, cults, or independent realms and settlements, while those seeking larger states could choose between a few options, with humans able to join the humanocentric Holy Nation under the theocratic government of the Holy Phoenix, whereas law-abiding individuals of all species were welcome in the United Cities, formed as a successor state to the Second Empire through an alliance of settlements in the south and northeast of the continent, ruled by a feudal aristocracy and emperor. The Shek could join the warlike Shek Kingdom, ruled by their greatest warrior, while the Hivers were born into one of three potential hive societies, including the friendly, peaceful merchants of the Western Hive, ruled by an all-powerful queen, the hostile, aggressive meat-eaters of the Southern Hive, led by a queen and crimper robot king, as well as the mad roving Fogmen, who did not have a queen and attacked anyone found in their territory. Those who lost their connection to their hive could become exiled hiveless, forced to wander the wasteland on their own, eventually becoming more independent and formidable, though they often suffered from depression as they felt purposeless without a hive. As for the skeletons, some, either voluntarily or involuntarily, continued to serve the Mad Emperor cat-lon, who once ruled the powerful Second Empire, until it collapsed and retreated to a southeast corner of the continent, while other skeletons lost their minds, were reprogrammed, went to banditry and cults, or else migrated to various settlements, including their own Black Desert city in the Deadlands. Though life in Kenshi was nasty, brutish, and short, those with ambition, cunning, and a means to earn cats could sometimes live a decent life, and in rare cases might thrive, making meaningful changes and a lasting impact on the continent. Yet few could accomplish anything on their own, and so those seeking a better life often join together, recruiting companions who might offer assistance in various endeavors, like acquiring shelter, earning an income, self-defense, and so much more. Among the potential candidates located across the continent, some of the more unique Scorchlander Companions include Bo, an elite anti-slaver found in Black Scratch, wanted by both the Holy Nation and United Cities, which offer a bounty of 30,000 cats for her capture. Alleged to have committed acts of terrorism and anti-workforce propaganda, Bo is a highly skilled ninja warrior, katana specialist, fast runner, and great swimmer, experienced in medicine and robotics. An unrepentant enemy of the slave trade, armed with a ninja blade and high-quality ninja armor, she is a field operative for Tin Fist and Grey, leaders of the anti-slavers who will recommend her services to those who seek to ally with their faction. Yet she will only join with those she deems worthy of her skills, demanding that a potential recruiter kill or imprison a high-value enemy like a United Cities noble lord or slave master. Once a citizen of the United Cities, Cat made the mistake of dressing nicely for a date, and while en route to meet his love interest, was mistaken for a rich noble by the Dust Bandits who captured and held him for ransom. Yet in truth, he did not come from wealth, and so with no one to pay for his release, he was imprisoned indefinitely in the Dust King Tower of the Border Zone, where he started to lose his mind. Though he has low stats and no armor or weapons, he is an experienced medic and scientist. A veteran adventurer located in Flats Lagoon, Chad is a valiant martial artist who wears light armor and uses his fists as weapons while fighting big things and exploring the dangerous southeast of the continent. Possessing medium stats, Chad usually travels on his own, but can be persuaded to join a crew for the relatively high price of 9,000 cats. Found in the Dead Cat Fishing Village, where he can be recruited for 2,000 cats, Greenfinger wielded a wakizashi sword, but had no armor and low stats, save for his medium strength, high engineering, and expertise as a farmer and laborer. the former owner of the Punchy Gar Bar until it was taken over by Shek barbarians. Jewel wields a katana but has no armor or skills beyond a specialization in cooking. Located in United City settlements, she has no interest in becoming a fighter and instead seeks employment as a cook, while dreaming of one day reopening her establishment so the Punchy Gar may live on. Possessing a great love and admiration for crabs, Lumi resides in Crab Town, wielding a polearm with no armor and low stats, available to be recruited for 6,000 cats. One of Kenshi's most famous ninja assassins, Luquin was 14 when his parents' business failed, leaving them poor and homeless. Considered a burden to United City society, they were sold into slavery, where for the next year, they were beaten, starved, and worked to exhaustion. After the death of his father in the mines, his mother sacrificed her life so Luquin could escape, and so he wandered the desert until found by ninjas who trained him as a stealthy assassin. 7 years later, he returned to the Empire and embarked upon a campaign of vengeance, impaling Lord Kurosaga on his own sword while leaving a note that read, "1 down, 5 to go." Earning a bounty of 30,000 cats, Luquin was eventually arrested, stripped of weapons and armor, and paraded through the streets of Heng before imprisonment in Tengu's vault, where he was tortured, starved, then forced to write a book in tribute to the Emperor. His story was then documented in Book 1 and 2 of The Legend of Luquin. After so many years of captivity and mistreatment, his martial prowess was reduced to medium stats, though he remained specialized in stealth and assassination. A former treasure hunter, Shrike had a brother who was killed while they traveled through the Fog Islands, and so she sought refuge in Mongrel, where she had low stats, a polearm and medium armor. Traumatized by the tortured screams of her brother, she fears entering the fog and so remains stranded in Mongrel, ready to join a strong crew that might help her escape. Located in Mudtown or Shark within the Swamp Territory, Stubbs Mamuso is an aggressive, easily offended mercenary with a sword, light armor, and medium stats, ready to be recruited for 5,000 cats. Looking for something new to read? Then why not check out The Frozen God, Book 2 of the Heroes of the Nine Realms by Alex E. Martin, a longtime supporter of the channel. A thrilling continuation of the story from Book 1, Fugitives of Helheim. Follow Sigurd and his shape-shifting brother as they find themselves fugitives, doomed to travel across the Nine Realms to fulfill a series of impossible, God-given tasks. Though they won't get far with just their father's sword, true hope may lie in their family's darkest secret. In this chilling second installment of the Heroes of the Nine Realms, Sigurd the Dragon Slayer and his brother must brave sunless realms cold enough to freeze blood, ancient vengeful kings, and primordial old ones. They must forge alliances with gods and dwarves and face primordial foes in battles that will shape the foundations of the Nine Realms and reshape destiny itself. The Frozen God is another epic, dark mythic fantasy for fans of Norse mythology, gods, epic quests, action and adventure, and forbidden magic. So if you're interested, be sure to check out The Frozen God, available now on Amazon. A special thanks to all those who contribute to CivilizationEx, like Kristen Greeneyes of the Company of the Cat, Sir Loin, Werebear of the Great North, Daedry Dragonswit, and Kyle Blitzsword. If you'd like to help the channel, be sure to give a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and click on the links below, or else go to patreon.com/CivilizationEx, where you can gain early access to videos and watch the Patreon-only series, Heroes of Lore and Legend.